Hey guys, I've got a story for you. So about 2 weeks ago, I went to nationals in speech and debate. There was really good competition and got to hang out with friends. It was the first time I'd ever competed at a national tournament. It was a really great way to finish up my career. And thinking of the 4 years that I have competed, it reminded me of a story that happened at the very beginning of my career, 4 years ago. Normal first step qualifying tournaments last about 3 days long. And then at the end of the second day and the entirety of the third day, only the people who broke, which is the term we use to say qualified, to the elimination rounds get to compete. So it was the third day, and as was typical of most tournaments that year for me, I didn't break. So the day was spent watching other people speak and just really taking a break from a stressful 2 days. This tournament in particular was the one that was held in Ohio. And for the entire time that I've been in speech and debate, almost every year they hold the Ohio tournament in this church that has some problems. I think there was something wrong with their sewage system or the foundation of the building, because whenever it would rain, the first floor would smell like sulfur. It had rained the first night, so that meant that for the rest of the tournament, the entire first floor smelled like sulfur. Sulfur! Needless to say, no one wanted to be inside, so I was walking around outside looking for people to chat with. In doing so, I ran into my friends Alex, Jared, and Rebecca. So I joined them and we're all walking along, having a great time, chatting about who knows what, I don't even remember. That's not the part of this story that's ingrained in my head. We're walking around, we're all in our debate attire, we look classy. I'm not talking just normal classy here. I'm talking about debater classy. I'm wearing a navy suit with a tie that, actually I'm pretty sure this is the exact tie. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? But as we're walking, we come to a baseball field. Now our debate season normally takes place during the late winter, early spring months, so no one was using the baseball field at the time. So I can't remember, I think it was like Jared or Alex, or maybe just the collective minds of teenagers that said, let's go play on the baseball field. I remember as my feet slowly got closer to the baseball field that something in my head said, I have absolutely no idea what's wrong with this, but maybe we shouldn't go out on the baseball field. Of course, I ignored this voice because friendship is more important. So I step onto the field, and because there's no ball, and no bat, and no gloves, and no equipment, and no nothing, everyone was like, let's play pretend baseball! And at this point, we don't even care that we're teenagers. We're full out Barney and Friends mode here. Through the power of imagination, a baseball manifests itself in Jared's hand. Meanwhile, a baseball bat is promptly on my shoulder. My teammate immediately hits a baseball right towards the third plate. She goes as fast as she can to first base. She's safe. Guess you could say we were having a ball. And now it's my time to shine. In my classy suit, I step up to the plate. I do a quick warm-up, and I'm ready. I stare down with my imaginary cap shielding my eyes from the sun at Jared. Jared, the pitcher, winds up and throws. Everything is in slow motion. Little did he know that I'd trained since Little League. You could say I had experience in this field. I was going to knock it out of the park. I hit the ball so hard, it was a clean, solid hit. Should have gone right up into the air. Home run! Ah! 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 Somehow the invisible ball ended up 3 feet from Alex, between first and second base. I take off towards first base, because if I don't hurry, there's no chance I'm going to be able to get there. Rebecca starts running, and obviously Alex tags her out, because she's right in her path. And because Alex was busy with Rebecca, that meant I had all the more time to get to first base. I almost made it, but when I'm 5 feet away, Alex is there, with the invisible ball clutched in her hand. But this game is not over. The rules of invisible baseball say that it doesn't matter if they get to first base. As long as you can evade them and get to first base before they tag you with the baseball, you're good. It's in the invisible rules. Check them for yourself. Essentially, it doesn't matter if they're on first base. They have to tag you. So I started embracing the beeline tactic. I'm going back and forth. There's no way she's gonna be able to tag me. Then, she ran in a direction that I hadn't counted on. She was this close to tagging me. I had to do it. A sharp 100-degree turn. There was something I'd forgotten about though. Remember what I said about the basement and how it stunk and the reason why we were outside in the first place? It had rained. The ground was still wet, and from Rebecca running and me doing the beelining all over the place, it was just enough to stir up any of the dry dirt that there was. This did not mix well with the fact that baseball fields are meant for cleats and not dress shoes, because in making that sharp turn, my legs were moving faster than my body, and I found myself on the ground. On my side. on my suit! Left side of my navy suit caked in mud. At this moment, there's just a small silence among everyone because this is a thing that should not happen. In case you're wondering, Alex tagged me out of the game. But this was the least of my problems. I tagged myself out of the game. I need to get inside and clean this, quick. My mind is just repeating this one sentence over and over. Your mom's gonna kill you, your mom's gonna kill you, your mom. I run back to the building and using all skills that I've learned from stealth video games, I get in there without anyone seeing me. Practically climbing through the ceiling vents to get into the bathroom. Okay, that didn't happen, but I made it to the bathroom. Start grabbing paper towels, soaking them in the sink, dampening them, and rubbing them to get the mud off of my suit somehow. I'm just hoping nobody comes into the bathroom. And then it happens. The door opens. And who walks in? A janitor. I was expecting this guy to go berserk over the mud that I'd tracked in, thus making more work for him. This guy was maybe one of the coolest guys ever. Rather than get mad at me, he just kind of stands there and says, "So, you've had an adventure." He actually helped me clean up the mess and gave me some tips for cleaning my suit. So 30 minutes of dabbing. Later, the suit is clean. This is that suit, and about this much was caked in mud, and it looked exactly like this when I was done. Just call me Mr. Clean. Just kidding, don't. I guess you could say that I'm well suited for dealing with when disaster strikes. Stay classy!